Hi, my name is Haley DeJock. I am a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus. And if you are watching this, then chances are you are a brand new Plexus Ambassador. I want to personally welcome you. If you are on my team, I want to personally welcome you to our team and let you know that we are all here to help you. We are all here to help you make your business successful and for this journey to be absolutely amazing for you. I want to start out and share a few things that I'd like to share with my brand new ambassadors. Share what you can kind of expect about this business, what you should be doing, who you should be connecting with, where your resources are, and things like that. So I'm going to start out with the most common question that I get from people is, what should I do first? And what you should do first as a brand new ambassador is to make sure you tell people that. Make sure that you announce you are a Plexus ambassador. It's not enough just to post on Facebook photos of your success, to post on there that you're using the products. You need to let people know that you're a proud Plexus ambassador and that you are able to help them get the products in their hands or help them connect with a business opportunity. If you're not clear about this, I know it seems funny, but some people just don't comprehend that you're an ambassador, and they may go to someone else that they know for sure is. Okay, so what do you do first? You announce. Once you announce, you need to be consistent with sharing. Now, I'm going to talk about Facebook a bit because I know myself and many of my top leaders have used Facebook to build about 90% of our business. So that's what I'm familiar with, and that's what a lot of us use. So I will be sharing some things about Facebook really quick. So once you announce, and you can announce on Facebook, if you're on my team, there are examples in the files of the team page explaining some ways to announce to your friends and family members. Then you need to be consistent with your posting. You don't have to have a testimony. You don't have to have results from the products to share them. I know not everyone knows my story, but I made my first Plexus post on Facebook the day my products arrived. I had not even tasted anything. I had not had time to shake up a pink drink and even see what it tasted like. And I started sharing. And what I shared was my hope for what these products were going to do for me and the results of my friends that I loved and trusted and I knew had success with these products. The example of how I posted, again, is in my team page file, so you can look at that. You can edit it to suit you. You can use it as a jumping off point. But basically, I just said, oh my gosh, I'm really excited to try this new product, this Plexus Slim. And I, have seen what it's done for my friends. I'm very hopeful for me. And I can show you how you can get some too if you would like. And that's basically what I said. I think maybe the day before or a few hours before I posted, I have a big announcement coming, keep your eyes open or something, just to try to really engage people. And of course, everybody automatically thinks you're pregnant. But I just was trying to engage my audience, try to get people's interest peaked before I made that announcement. And once I made that announcement, the response was overwhelming for me. I know that doesn't happen for everybody, but it happens for a lot of people. And the funny thing is, I wasn't prepared. I actually was going to wait till Monday morning to share that I was a Plexus ambassador because I figured the husband would be off at work and the kids would be off at school and I'd have time to sit down and maybe, answer some questions. And my husband was actually the one that said, why don't you just start today? It was Friday afternoon. I'm thinking, well, it's Friday afternoon and I don't know that anybody's going to get back to me. But then I thought, well, maybe if I start today, then by Monday I'll have 2 or 3 people interested and I can sit down and connect back with them. I posted, I think it was a Friday afternoon, about 3 or 4, and I seriously did not get up from my computer until 1 a.m. I was so busy answering inquiries. And by the time I could send out information to the second batch of people that had inquired, I was trying to answer the first batch of people who wanted to know how to order and what they should order and, connecting and getting those questions answered for them. So it was a real whirlwind, and it was quite incredible when I first started. Now, granted, like I said, I had no testimony. I had not even tasted the products. I didn't even know what exactly they were. But I had so much hope and so much passion, and my enthusiasm just shone through, even on a computer screen. So if you can keep that up, if you can keep that passion and that hope and share it with everyone, they're going to want what you have. So once you have announced, like I said, no testimony needed, then you need to be consistent. And not everybody's going to like your post. Not everybody's going to comment on your post. And there could be times you'll post something and nobody, it's all crickets, right? But no, people are watching. I've been doing this a little over 2 years, and I still get brand new customers and brand new ambassadors, people that have watched me this entire time. They'll contact me and say, okay, I've watched you since day one and I'm ready now. It takes some people longer than others. So don't get discouraged if a week goes by and there's no interest and nobody reaching out to you, or a month goes by. Just know people are watching and they're waiting to see if this is just a fad for you, or something you're going to drop, or something you're going to quit doing soon and you're going to move on to the next latest and greatest. So make sure you are consistent. If you've already announced your business and you posted a little, but then you weren't consistent, I encourage you to go back. Go back and announce yourself again. You can do it a totally different way than you did it in the beginning, but announce yourself again and then be consistent in your post, because that is so very important. Also, if you're brand new, you can consider a launch party. These have been extremely successful for many people. Just invite a few friends over, have them taste the pink drink, share a little bit about our products. It doesn't have to be very formal. It doesn't have to be a big presentation. Just have people come over and taste. A lot of people are really shocked about our Slim, because they're expecting a chalky meal replacement. They're expecting to have to alter their diet to fit this in. But once you show them that it tastes good, it's just a packet you put in your bottle and shake up and add to your routine, then a lot of people are more impressed and want to know a lot more. If you utilize Facebook, like I said, you need to post each and every day consistently. At least twice a day is what I recommend, and early in the morning if you can, and then later in the evening, so you can kind of hit everybody when they're scrolling, either before work or after work or whatever. And like I said, don't worry if you don't get any likes or comments, because people are watching. So what should you be doing every day as an ambassador? Well, I like to share my DMO. This is my daily method of operation. I started with this from day one, and I didn't call it my DMO at the time. I called it, I think I called it just my daily to-do list. And then I called it my income producing activities. And then last Super Saturday, I heard the term DMO, daily method of operation, and that really stuck with me because it was easy to say DMO and, just share it with those that needed a jumping off point, that kind of wanted to know, what do you do every day, or what should I be doing every day? And I'm going to share really quickly my DMO. Know that there are other things that I do, and you can alter this and edit it to fit your schedule and what's going on in your business, but plan for your day. If you will plan for your day ahead of time, it will make a huge difference. You would be amazed the difference when you plan out your day, your week, your month, and then you don't. So let me get started with my DMO. Now, the first thing that I always tell people, and some people look at me kind of funny when I say this, is to take your products daily. Now, until you've gotten in the habit of taking each and every product, sometimes it's hard to remember. If you don't do everything at the same time every day, or if you're brand new and you haven't really gotten that rhythm, or maybe on the weekends you forget because it's not your normal weekday schedule, make sure you are taking your products every day. It is so important to be a product of the products, no matter what. And if you are not having success, let's say you're brand new, but you've been doing it for a month, then try a different combo. If you're not seeing the success with our products that you had hoped for, and maybe you're using what your upline recommended or what your best friend recommended, try something else. Try the triplex if you're doing the Slim and the Accelerator Plus, or try the Slim and the Accelerator Plus if you're trying the triplex. Troubleshoot with your upline, and you guys can definitely figure out something that works for you. I know 100% that our products work. each and every one of our products work, but they work differently for everyone. So you have to find what works for you. You have to find the combination. You have to find the products that are right for you. And there are some products that don't work for some people, and they work fabulous for other people. So just know you can find the products and the combination that works best for you. But, don't hesitate to try something new. Don't hesitate to change things up. Don't hesitate to throw something else in the mix, whatever it may be. And it is best to consult with your upline or your Jewel upline to get some ideas, but definitely don't be afraid. Change up the time of day, change up the products, whatever it may be, because we want you to have success in this business. The next thing I make sure to do every day is to post one personal post on Facebook. It's very important to still interact with your friends and family members, to still interact with your audience on a personal level. You don't want all of your posts to be about Plexus. You don't want to post all day, every day, Plexus, 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 because people are your friend because they want to know what's going on in your life. And you need to still share that. I was a very private person as far as posting on Facebook before Plexus. Like, I rarely posted on Facebook because I just didn't want my personal life out there in the public. I have learned to post more personal items, and I can still be private, but I still try to engage my audience each and every day at least one time. Still put something out there that will interest my friends and family members other than Plexus. And the next thing is to post 1 to 2 Plexus posts daily. I recommend 2, like I said, AM and PM, but I really don't recommend more than 2. Some people recommend 3 and 4. Whatever works best for you. If you're posting 3 times a day and you're getting a lot of success, then continue that. But I say no more than 2 because people tend to get a little run away with it a little bit. I've seen somebody post 19 times in an hour. That's a little much. When you are someone's entire newsfeed because you're so excited about Plexus, you need to calm it down a bit. I know it's exciting when we first start and you see all these amazing testimonies and you just want to share them with everyone. But put them in a file and save them for later. Save them for the next day or the next week. You still get a chance to share them, and I know it is hard not to do it all at one time, but don't overwhelm your audience. The next thing is to make sure that one of your posts is engaging. Make sure that you say something that resonates with other people and that people are going to like or comment on or take notice of, whether that's in your Plexus post or your personal post. As often as you can, try to make one of those very engaging. I do recommend, I'm like, if you're looking for a new paint color, then put 2 paint chips out there and ask everybody which one they prefer. Or, if you're looking for someone local to help you do something, a contractor or a painter or something, ask everyone's opinion. People love to give their opinion. So if you're going to ask for it, you'll get a lot of engagement. And, it doesn't have to be something local. Like I said, it can be paint colors or something that everyone can answer, but try to be as engaging as possible. The more people like and comment on your post, the more likely you are to pop up in their newsfeed because they have connected with you. So you bump up a little more importance in their newsfeed and among their friends. The next thing I try to do every day is follow up with one customer or ambassador. I usually do more than one, but the minimum is 1 a day. Some people do follow-up Friday. Some people do Sunday afternoon follow-ups. Whatever works for you. If you only have a handful of people to follow up with, you can do it all in one day. I try to do some each day so it doesn't get too overwhelming. The next thing is to follow up with one prospect who you've talked to in the past but haven't in a while, or talk to one person about Plexus who you've never talked to, a new person. So if you've been doing this 3 or 4 months and maybe there was someone that connected with you at the beginning and you went back and forth and then it just kind of fell to the side, now is the time to go back and revisit them and connect with them again. Maybe the timing wasn't right before. Maybe they still have interest, but life just got in the way, and you connecting with them will make the difference. And if you're brand new and you don't have anyone that you've talked to in the past, then talk to somebody new. Reach out to someone you haven't spoken with, or talk to somebody at the grocery store. It doesn't have to be about Plexus, but connect with someone new. Build a relationship and with someone new, someone that you don't know. And then the last thing I try to make sure to do each and every day is to read one file, training document, or watch one training video. This is very important to always be learning about the products, always be learning about the business, always be learning a way to learn and grow yourself, whatever it may be. There are things that take 30 seconds to watch or listen to, and there are things that take an hour. So however much time you have allotted for that day, use it to, use that to your advantage and learn something, either leadership wise, product wise, whatever will help you grow and help your business grow. Doing all of this daily should maybe take about 30 minutes at most. So if you only have a few minutes each day, if you don't have time to sit and find your post for the day, I always recommend that maybe on the weekends, maybe a Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, you have a file that you put things in. Like say you're scrolling on Monday, you've done both of your posts, and you see a great testimony or some great information about our products that you'd like to share, put them in a file. Now, there are many ways that people do this, so I'm not going to go into each one, but put them somewhere that you can always access, and then the next day you can pop those posts in really, really quickly. I used to go and plan mine for the week. I would do a Sunday afternoon. I would sit down and plan what I was going to do for the week, my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I didn't even have to think about my posts. I didn't have to go find something that day. So that helped with my time management during the week. Okay, so what do you do when someone inquires about Plexus? I have an email of information that I send them or I call them. However, I feel most connecting to them, if they called me, then we connect that way. If they message me on Facebook, we connect that way. If I meet them in person, then we connect that way. I kind of do however they reach out to me because that makes it their preferred contact method. But I have an email, it's in my team page, that I send them with lots of information. I update it constantly, like every single month, if not more frequently. It tells a little bit about my story, tells a little bit about the products, and tells a little bit about the business opportunity. Have something ready to share with people. I also send them a document from Plexus Power Tools. I'll talk about that a little bit later. It is every product, every ingredient in each product, and facts about each and every product. So this kind of covers the basis. But make sure you have something ready to go. So when someone does contact you, let's say, you're super busy, you've got 10 minutes and someone sends you an email and wants to know more about our products, you can send them something right back and not have to worry about, well, I'll do it when I get home, and then you forget about it. Have something readily available to send to everyone when they inquire. So who should you be contacting when you need help? The person who personally sponsored you is called your upline, if you didn't already know that. They're there to help you when you need advice, when you get stalled on a question or issue, but please don't overuse them. Remember, they are working their business also. So they are going to help you, but they also need to get their stuff done. So, don't contact them for every little question. Try to research and try to figure things out on your own. Utilize your Jewel upline too, if you need to. If you feel like you need to reach out to your Jewel upline for a little more help on something, or if your direct upline can't help you, then maybe you can both reach out to your Jewel upline and learn together on that issue. Try to stay in your line, and try to utilize your upline whether they know or not, so they also have a chance to grow. I know some of you have an upline that maybe joined the day before you did or a week before you did, and they're not as knowledgeable as maybe their upline who's been doing it for a year or two. But if you ask them and they say, I have no idea, then you can both go to that next upline and learn together and ask the question, so you'll both be ready next time to share the answer with someone else. And when you have an upline, make sure you let them know that you need help. It's difficult for us to know if anyone in our downline needs help if they don't tell us. We're here for you. I am never, ever too busy for my level ones. And everyone feels this way. Your personally sponsored ambassadors are first and foremost on your list. Now, granted, I work with all levels of my team every single day. But when one of my level one reaches out to me, that is most important to me because I have vowed to be their leader and there for them when I sign them up. So, let them know you need help. because they can't read your mind and they can't know when you're stalled or know when you need a little push. And so if you do need help, reach out to them. And, don't feel bad contacting them and say, I need help, or, can you help me figure this out? I've researched and I couldn't find this, and I don't know if this is the right answer. They're there for you. Now, if your upline signs you up and they're not working in the business, then go to your next upline. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone. Pete, we're all there for you. If you're in my downline, I don't care if you're my level 14, if you need me, if no one between us can help you, if no one between us is willing to help you, you can most definitely reach out to me. Now, I do recommend that you utilize those people in between us. Of course, I have 8,000 people on my team. I can't answer questions from everybody every day as much as I would like to. If I had just 1,000 people asking me questions each and every day, it would be way too overwhelming for me. So that's why we utilize the system that we do. And this goes for all of the uplines. Maybe they have 500 on their team and they can't answer 100 questions each day. So try to use your direct upline. This kind of helps streamline the process and keep it a little more compact. But then, go past there. Don't contact an upline because you see they're on Facebook and the other ones aren't, and you think they can just give you the answer easily. Give your upline a chance, at least 24 hours to get back to you. Remember, we all have lives. We all have families. Some people have jobs and other things that take them away from their Plexus business. So, give your upline time. There is nothing in this business that has to be answered immediately. I know maybe when you get that first customer contacting you and you get really excited and you want to answer their questions right away and you don't have them and you expect your upline to answer you in 10 minutes because you want to answer that person, and that person's going to wait. And you may answer them in 10 minutes and they may not order for 3 days. So just take your time and relax and know that your questions will get answered, but give your uplines time to get back to you. So where can you find more information and resources to help you learn and grow? YouTube is a great place. Plexus Worldwide has a channel there. The Diamond documentaries are there. The opportunity calls are there. Lots of other great information are there. Sonia Dudley, Sarah Marble. They have some great channels, some great training, and many other diamonds have some great YouTube channels that you can utilize. Plexus Power Tools, I mentioned that earlier a little bit, www.plexuspowertools.com. They are a fabulous resource. They do cost $10 a year. That's less than $1 a month, and I highly recommend, if you are serious about this business and you have the $10 to spare, that you pay that $10 and join. Everything is so readily accessible, constantly updated. As quick as we get a new product or a different ingredient list or whatever it may be, it is basically updated within an hour, it feels like, on Plexus Power Tools. He does a great job of compiling graphics, documents, product information, letters to customers, letters to inactives, letters to potential ambassadors, all kind of fabulous resources there, all in one place. So super easy. Conference calls, team pages. Team pages are wonderful, and conference calls are listed in the team pages. There are lots of different conference calls we try to share on our team pages. Our team pages, I know on my team page, I work really hard to make the content valuable to my team, to make it things that I feel will really help you and are worth your time. There is not one conference call, not one video training, not anything on there that I have shared that I have not personally watched or listened to first and felt that it is bringing enough value that I'm going to ask you to take those 10, 20, or 30 minutes out of your day to listen or watch that. If I don't feel like it is worth your time, that there are other things you could be doing that are more income producing, then I'm not going to share it on my team page. But know that I do watch every single thing in there. I do screen every single thing in there and make sure that I feel like it provides you with true value for yourself and your business. Zoom trainings. I have a Thursday night Zoom training for my team. These trainings, I know many of my leaders offer them weekly, and get on whatever one resonates with you at the time. If someone's doing one about following up and you're struggling with following up, get on that Zoom training. That is most important. It doesn't matter whose it is. If you have access to it, get on there. Get on the one you need, the one that you feel is going to help you the most. I do different topics each and every Thursday. I usually post them in my team page on the information on Tuesday or Wednesday. Maxes out at 100 people. I usually open the calls about 30 minutes prior, and it maxes out about 5 minutes till sometimes right on the hour. So if you get on earlier, you're guaranteed to have a spot. If you wait till right at 9 o'clock, or 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, or a couple minutes after, then you're probably not going to get space. So if it's something you're very interested in, try to get on as early as you can. You don't have to sit there. You can put your video, your screensaver up and go about your business until it's time to come back to the call, but you've reserved your spot. So how do you answer what is Plexus? This is really difficult for everyone. It was very difficult for me, especially in the beginning. I am an introvert, believe it or not, and I have a hard time making small talk with people. So if it was somebody I didn't know very well and they said, "What is Plexus?" I froze up. All I could think about were the 5 million ingredients running through my head at the time, or every single thing I'd learned about the ProBio running through my head, or every single testimony I've ever heard was running through my head, and I just wanted to spew it all out. Don't do that. Learn how to answer this and be over prepared for it. Practice all the time. Practice in the car, practice in the shower, practice in the mirror so you can see how you present yourself. This is very, very important. But be over prepared. Like I said, you can be very scientific and long in your answer. You can say something like, Plexus is a health and wellness company. We have an outstanding probiotic that helps with gut health, a multivitamin that contains aloe for better consumption, a pain relief system, and even products for weight loss. You could be like that, or you could be more casual and laid back and say something like, it's a stick packet of pink powder. You mix it in your bottle of water once a day. You drink it. Have you heard about it before? Why? Can I ask why you ask? What are you hoping to gain? Are you hoping to lose weight or better your health? Or do you have any health issues, any autoimmune diseases, or anything that you're looking for relief from? Try to always end on a question so that they can answer you. You need to listen to them more than you talk. You need not spew everything on them. Try to talk minimally and ask a question. They will answer you. They will tell you their story. They will tell you that they really are looking at it for their spouse or their mom or their dad, or maybe they just want to lose 20 pounds, whatever it is. Listen to what they have to say, and then you can better help them find the products that will work for them. And you can share more information once you have listened to them. But try to talk as little as you can and listen more. So what are some tips for helping you start building your business? Something I first recommend is that you reach out to all your friends and family members. Tell them you're a Plexus ambassador. You can do this however you connect with your closest friends and family members. These are the people you want on this journey with you. These are the people you want to go to Maui with. These are the people you want to go to convention with. You want to go to leaders retreat with. You want your best friends there. I have my best friends at these events, and it is fabulous to see them so frequently. I have friends that live all across the country, and I get to see them at all of these events. We get to hang out and have a fabulous time, and we do it all on Plexus's dime. How great is that? So reach out to those people you really, that your close friends and family members that you want on your team, working with you, taking the products, whatever it may be. Now realize not all of them are going to jump on board with you. It's okay. We've all been there. Many of us, our absolute closest relatives, want nothing to do with these products. They see our success. They see us looking better. They see us feeling better. They see us down pounds. They see our health issues a little bit better. They still want nothing to do with these products. It's okay. If they aren't interested in that aspect, this is what I recommend that my team members do. Go to them and say, hey, I know you're not interested in Plexus, but would you help me out? Would you do something for me? I'm brand new at this, as you know, and I'm a little nervous for when people ask me questions. Now, I've done my research and I've done a little bit of studying, but could you act like a potential customer? Would you role play with me as a potential ambassador, whatever it may be? And have them ask you questions, because maybe they're going to ask you questions about our products. And you could say, Well, our Slim, it helps regulate your blood sugar, and it helps control your sugar cravings. And, you can talk about how it helps those with diabetes. And that's fine. It's a win-win. You're going to be able to practice your verbiage and become a better ambassador, and you're going to give them information that although they may not want the products, it may connect you with someone they know. Like, say you do this with your cousin, and she goes to work the next week, and someone walks in and says, "Oh my gosh, I just got diagnosed as being pre-diabetic." What is she going to think about? She's going to think about that conversation she had with you last week about our products. And she may very well send that person to you as a customer. So, like I said, win-win. You've worked on yourself, and you've planted a seed about our products. And worst case scenario is you've practiced, you've role played, you're a little better prepared for when a stranger asks you a question, or someone you don't feel comfortable messing up in front of, as someone that you're close to. So take that opportunity to learn and grow as best you can. The next thing is to attend meetings and bring potentials. Attending meetings are fabulous. Attending a meeting will motivate and inspire you. And if you're an ambassador and you go hear testimonies and you hear the different things our products can do for people, and you hear those stories and you talk to those people, it means so much for your belief in our products and our company. So it's important for you to be there, but it's more important for you to bring a guest with you, at least one, but bring as many as you can. What this does is it gives you the opportunity to introduce your guest to our products and our business opportunity when you don't have to do much of anything. The testimonies are provided. The other information is usually provided unless you're presenting. If you're there as an attendee with a guest, then you get to sit back with them, enjoy the presentation, and they get to hear everything from someone else. Everything you've probably already told them being reinforced from someone else. So it's great to bring a guest. It makes your job so much easier. And when they can hear those people's testimonies face to face, and they can talk to someone that maybe has one of the issues that they have, it means a lot. And then when they can be around other Plexus people and kind of see our community and how we interact with each other and how much we all love each other, then it's a great thing to introduce them to that. Know how to invite. Figure out what your ratio is. Some people can invite 6 people and 1 person will show up. Some people can invite 45 people and 2 people will show up. So know how many people you have to invite for someone to show up. If you want 2 people with you, and for every 5 people that you invite, 1 shows up, you need to invite 10. I often tell a story of one of our uplines, Celeste Gwen. She's a double diamond in our company. When she had her first launch party, when she first started this business, she had 100 people in her home. 100 people came. I cannot even imagine inviting 100 people. She had 100 people show up. Now, granted, Celeste is an anomaly. She is fabulous. She is extremely sociable. She has a huge network of friends. But I was like in awe when I found out she had 100 people show up at her launch party. What I later found out from her is she invited 600 people. 600 people she invited. And 1/6 of that showed up. So her ratio at the time was 6-1. So she knew if she wanted 1 person there, she needed to invite 6. And she went well beyond that. So figure out what your ratio is. Figure out how many people you need to invite. If you want 3 new customers this month, 3 new preferred customers, and you realize for every 10 people you talk to, you're getting 1 new preferred customer, then you need to talk to 30 people this month. That's 1 person every single day. You need to break it down and realize that you can't just talk to 3 people and expect 3 people to become your customers, or expect 3 people to be your guests at the next event. You need to figure out your ratio. This is very important for your business. The next thing is to learn the products. Like I said in the beginning, I just wanted to spew it out all over everybody, right? You want to share every single thing in your head, all the greatness about Plexus at one time, and it's hard to categorize it, and it's hard to break it down. So don't puke Plexus on everyone, but have one or two lines for each and every product, and one or two lines that really resonate with you. Like, if you like the Bio Cleanse, you can say, our BioCleanse oxygenates and energizes your body while detoxifying the gastrointestinal tract. That's what it does. It's not a heavy duty cleanse. It's very mild and just really helps keep you regular. Whatever you like the product most for, share, because that passion and enthusiasm is going to come out in that one sentence. But just learn one or two sentences for each product. You don't have to know every ingredient. I still can't tell you every single ingredient in the slip. I can look it up. I can tell you maybe 4 or 5, but I can't tell you every single one, because you don't need to know that. And it's okay to say, I don't know. If someone asks you a question, you can say, you know what? I'm not 100% sure on that, but I will find out for you and get right back to you. So it's okay to not know something. Every time you see an expert, you don't expect them to know everything about every single thing that they are familiar with, right? It's okay if they say, you know what, let me go look that up, or let me go find out, or let me go ask my manager or my boss or whatever. So no, it's okay to say you don't know, and don't let it freak you out if you don't know. Be comfortable with that. Be real with these people. So the next thing is that will really help you build your business is making an impact. And how in this business do we make the biggest impact? Our own before and after photos. Now, granted, I understand some people use these products strictly for health reasons, and they were already extremely healthy when they started. Could maybe lose 1 pound in their big toe, right? I have a fitness professional on my team. I couldn't tell it, she may say I lost 2 pounds, and like I said, it came out of her big toe. So she's never going to be one that's going to have a dramatic before and after photo. Yet she uses our products for health issues. So no, you're not always going to have a fabulous before and after photo, because not everybody uses this for weight loss. But many of the people that do use it for health issues also see a great significant weight loss or a healthier looking self. So they are able to share that in photos. So, if you can, when you have a before and after, when you can share that with everyone, make sure to share it, because these are your friends and family. They may not know everybody's testimony that you share all the time, but when they see yours, it's going to make them pay attention more. It's going to make them realize that, hey, maybe there is something to this. It's working for her. Let me contact her and find out some more. If you don't have a before and after, strive to get yourself one. Like I said, unless you're someone that will never have one. And if you're not, then share a non-scale victory. If you have insomnia and that's what you're using these products for, then share, oh my gosh, I just slept 6 hours or 8 hours or whatever. I haven't done that in 3 years. And post a picture of yourself that morning, looking great, feeling great, right? You can do it, however, but make sure to be personal. Make sure you share your results as best you can, and do that as often as you can. Maybe every week, post a little personal something about yourself, or, every month do something, whatever you feel comfortable with. And you can share friends and family members before and afters, because many people may have a significant weight loss before you do, or a significant visual difference before you do. Teammates, you can share those before and afters. Some of people that have been doing it much longer than you and have a great testimony, a great before and after testimony, you can definitely share those. When I say share, I don't mean hit the share button. I mean cut and paste, copy and paste that to your page. Once you hit the share button, it kind of redirects back to them if someone clicks on that on their post. So you want it to stay with you being the initial source of knowledge, or the initial one posting that. You don't want to give the credit to someone else, because you don't want your potentials going back to that person and asking them about it rather than you. Okay, so what are some real positives in this business, or you're going to change people's lives you're going to become addicted to it. I promise. Once you start seeing a difference in your friends, your family members, whether it is by the business opportunity or the products or both, you're going to wonder why you sleep, why you are not sharing 24/7. And you're going to want everyone to have what we have. It's so hard for me to be out somewhere and hear people talk about their issues, hear somebody talk about their work issues, how they hate their job or their health issues, and know that I have something that could possibly help them. Now, this is not for everyone, and I understand that. And you're going to learn who is best to connect with, and who really has potential, and that's great. But it's hard not to share with everyone you know. But like I said, not everyone is going to jump on board with you, and it's okay. Know that you're going to get some negativity. You're going to get many no's. You're going to get some bad feedback, but it's okay, because if you help change one person's life, and you get 10 people that tell you no, and then you help change one person's life for the better, then it is totally worth whatever you had to go through. Just the few people that I've helped on my journey, just the few people that I've been able to connect to this business and these products. Like I said, my team has 8,000 people on it. That's 7,000 or 8,000 people that have learned about our products and our business opportunity. Just because I shared with maybe 1, 2, 3, they shared with someone and they shared with someone. So no, if you share with that one person and then they share with many others down the line, you're going to make a huge impact, and it's going to feel great because you're going to help change people's lives. You're going to grow as a person in this business. You are going to learn to accept failure, to move on, to be stronger, to be a better person. You're going to learn your strengths. You're going to learn your weaknesses. You're going to learn things about yourself that you had no idea. And you're not going to expect that to happen in this business. I never expected this was a personal growth business. I thought this was just, selling my Plexus stuff and hanging out with my friends. I have learned a lot about myself. I have really grown in this business as a person and as a leader, and it's been absolutely amazing. I want you guys to all know we all start at the same place. We all signed up as an ambassador, paid our $34.95, bought our welcome pack. Nobody started as a gold ambassador. Nobody started as a jewel ambassador. Nobody had a leg up on anybody else. We all started at the same place. So no, you have the same products, the same compensation plan. You start at the same place as everyone else. If you want to be successful in this business, you are the difference. You are the only thing different than all the other things that everybody else has, all the other resources. What you do with your business is what makes it or breaks it. So you have to decide how you're going to commit to this business, what you're going to do, what you're going to put into it, what you can allot to this business, and what you want out of it. If you're in this business to make $100 a month to pay for your products, then you're going to work a little less than somebody that wants to be a jewel ambassador making 5 figures a month. So whatever you want out of this business is going to be what you put into it and what you're willing to sacrifice. I gave up TV. I gave up fiction books. I gave up playing games on my phone when I first started. And that was really easy for me because I enjoy Plexus. I enjoy my job. And I was able to take that time that I really did useless things that really didn't matter in my life, like the TV and playing games on my phone, and utilize that time for my business. But what was great about it is I wasn't subtracting any more time from my family because that was already time I was kind of taken away from them to do things that didn't matter. So for the longest time, my kids had no idea I was even working. I eventually had to sit them down and tell them I was going to be working a little bit more. And sometimes I needed some quiet time to do Zoom trainings or send emails. But you can totally fit this in the nooks and crannies. You can fit this in those wasteful moments that you had prior to. But think about what you can sacrifice to put into your business, what you can give up that doesn't really matter to make a difference. And you'll be amazed at how much extra time you'll find here and there, no matter how busy you are. And I will tell you, the best ambassadors on my team are the ones that are the busiest, because when they work smarter and not harder. They know they only have an hour to get something done, and they put their nose to the grindstone and do it, and they do it well. So if you think you're too busy, I love you, because you're going to be amazing. I can guarantee. You're going to learn to work smarter. Now, I want to challenge each and every one of you to do something. When I first started, I challenged myself. I don't know where this came from, but I challenged myself to turn silver in 30 days. That was my goal. You know, I've always been one that, like I said, I make lists, my to-do list, and I always write down everything. I've always written down my goals. And I was one of those people. I challenged myself to turn silver in 30 days. I said, I'm going to turn silver in 30 days. That's my goal in this business. I really wanted to earn enough to pay for my products. My husband and I were using the products. And I was like, you know, I'm already getting a discount. Let me get them for free. So that was my goal. And I knew if I turned silver, I was definitely going to get $100 on my next paycheck. Now, I really couldn't figure out the rest of the compensation plan, so I didn't know how much I was getting paid on anything else, but I knew if I turned silver, I was going to get the $100 bonus. So I challenged myself to turn silver in 30 days. And the first week, I got 2 new ambassadors, and I thought, yay, I'm on my way. Day 25 rolled around, and I still only had 2 ambassadors, and I knew I had to kick it up a notch. So that's when I really started reaching out to people. I really started making an effort to connect with certain people that I knew had a great network or had some influence or whatever it may be. And I really reached out to them. And by the 27th day, I was silver. So I challenge you all to turn silver in your first 30 days. Set your goal to turn silver in your first 30 days. If you can do that, that's really going to help your business get off to a great start. That's really going to help put you in a good situation, and really help you understand the power of 3. So I hope this video has helped you guys. Please jump on some of my Zoom trainings each Thursday night. And I'm going to do some random new ambassador trainings here and there about following up and reaching out to people and what works for some of the leaders and the successful people in this business. But I'd like to welcome you all to my team. Again, my name is Haley DeJock. I am a Diamond Ambassador. If I am in your upline, I am here to help you. I want everybody on my team to be successful. I want everybody on my team to be a diamond. Everybody that desires it and will work for it. I want you to be where you want to be, and I'm here to help you. I hope you all have a fabulous day. Bye.